Okay, we are live, a special emergency broadcast. This was just scheduled just moments ago and scheduled for 4:40 p.m. And as you can see there, we're a little bit early. I have a different perspective on the 231 titanium stunner there because we're going to talk a little bit about that watch. We're going to talk about the bracelet on it specifically. There are people in the forums that are still going on and on about the bracelets on the Grand Seikos aren't up to snuff and all this, and I don't know what bracelets they're talking about, but this bracelet on this 005 is stunning, and the bracelet on the 231 diver is stunning and super comfortable. And I think it's that nice little, the shiny part in the middle, those small links. It's a 5-link bracelet, right? Give it that little extra snap, little extra pizzazz, if you will, over a typical oyster on a Submariner, for example. So I think it gives it a little bit of bling. Now this one's more plain. This one doesn't have the 5-link. This is a standard 3-link oyster design. And this one, another thing that some of them complain about is there's no taper in the bracelet. It's straight down. But with a 19 millimeter lug size width, I think this works well. I think it looks great and works well. So again, it comes down to when you actually wear these watches, you can see what things are really like. Let me know, folks, if the audio sounds okay. I've been playing around with things a little bit, and we've been doing some testing and trying to get the setup going for Rachel, and been some issues there. She needs to get a little bit more equipment. She needs to do it right. She needs to step up, get herself a professional field mixer like I have with the really nice preamps and the limiters built in. Tested the limiters earlier. I can literally yell and the limiters kick in and they do their thing. I don't peak. Durr's in the house, and I think he was privy to some of those discussions about the bracelets, about the bracelets on the Grand Seikos, and lack of micro adjustments. Yes, this one doesn't have micro adjustments, but I talked about it yesterday. They did that, of course, to keep it very trim. All trade-offs on all of these things. And since I'm only wearing this in the winter time when I'm wearing long sleeves, for me it works because I won't have to resize the bracelet. It'll be a coon's age before I'll have to resize the bracelet, so it's not a non-issue. But if I was wearing this year-round and I had to size it twice a year, yeah, that wouldn't be good. And it would not be good. That's why I like the 231, because it does have the micro adjustments, 4 of them. And so really, you only have to size that bracelet once. And sizing that bracelet, the pins and collars, brings up that discussion again, which keeps coming up in the forums. And so, why don't they have screws? Well, here's the deal, folks. The pin and collar setup is superior to screws. It's not even a close call. And if people actually wore and used these watches the way they're intended to be used, they would realize that the flexibility that you get with the pin and collar system makes the bracelet substantially more comfortable on wrist. Of course, the finishing helps as well. And then the fact that that pin can freewheel in there, can rotate, helps curtail the wear that you normally get on that center link on Rolex bracelets, for example, because that screw, when it's fixed, if that center link is pivoting on that fixed screw, that's where you get that friction and that wear and tear. So the pin and collar system is far superior, not even a close call. And it's really not that much harder to size it, to work with those, if you know what you're doing. Now, what I don't like, the system on these, where they've got the worst of both worlds, they've got little tiny screws on either side, and you take out a little tiny screw and there's a pin in the center that will freewheel, right? But then you still have another tiny screw on the other side, these little tiny screws that you're apt to lose. So I'm not so sure about that. They tried to placate these people that say you need screws, to give them screws, but then they still wanted the benefit of the pen. So I'm not so sure about that maneuver. Let's see here. Carlos says sound is good. That's a good-looking tie knot, Craig. My knots always look as ugly as a Tudor after tying them. Durr in the house. Yeah, this is a double Windsor, which is not what Steve likes. Steve says that the double Windsor was for lower class people. Well, that's kind of me. I'm kind of a blue-collar kind of guy, even though I have an off-white collar on now. I'm more a blue-collar kind of guy. So I guess that kind of knot, a double Windsor, is my cup of tea. A man of the people, if you will. Let's see here. With a punch tool, you can resize pin and collar bracelets on your own. Just don't lose pins and collars. Yeah, the collars are tiny. I use the press. I use the little press thing that you set it down in, and you have a little crank, and you crank, and you press it on out. For me, that was better than using the punch system, but you can use either system. And if you take your time, it's not too bad. I played around with the sizing on the 231. And I also played around with the sizing on the Snowflake while I had it. So it's doable. What tie knot does Steve use? Maybe a half Windsor or something? Something different. You can ask him on the next show. But yeah, ask him about the double Windsor. He'll say, yeah, that's for the low class, the peasants, the people that clean his swimming pool. So that's how that works. Okay, so we let me go back. Let me show you the watches in question. So these are the three super watches. We've got the 005 on the left. We've got in the description, I have the full model numbers on these. We've got the 18 karat gold stunner in the center, the 002. And then we've got the 231 diver stunner, which we're given a different perspective here today because I wanted you to see a little bit more of the bracelet. And it's also nice to see that case design, that shape. And notice there are fine scratches on it. See on that one lug, you can see some scratches. You know, whenever you get a kind of a macro shot like this or semi-macro shot, you're going to see a lot more than you're going to see in real life. If you're like 4 feet away from the watch, like somebody would normally be observing it, they're not going to see those fine little scratches. And somebody was in one of the forums yesterday talking about, you know, all these times they take their watch off because they don't want to get any scratches or whatever. And I'm like, hey, it's a wrist watch, right? It's supposed to be on the wrist. And it can also be dangerous to take a watch off. They can sprout legs and disappear sometimes when you take watches off wrist, especially expensive ones. So BUW Sir, whatever that is, he wanted. I guess he's the one that wanted me to check my ratings on my CraigShipp.com business listing on Google. He gave me a 1-star rating. I had 1 rating, and it was 1 star. He gave it to me. So yeah, okay, I'm amused. You might want to be a nice guy and go and reevaluate and bump it up to 5 stars. So, did not know Steve was such a snob. No, I'm just joking. Come on, I'm not being serious. But actually, he did say that. But anyway, no, he's a nice guy. But yeah, he likes to hang around with quality folk. I mean, that's why he doesn't hang around with me too much. A couple times a year, he's gotten his fill of the Craigster. Pool party at Steve's house this summer. We're all wearing double Windsors. There you go, absolutely. And wearing Grand Seikos purchased from Steve, from the Stevester. So yeah, hey folks, why don't you guys dilute that 1-star rating that how in the heck do you pronounce that? Buser. Anyway, that 1-star rating that he gave me. Why don't you guys all go give me 5-star ratings? And if you go to Google and you search CraigShipp.com, don't go to the website. Go to the Google business listing where there's a rating right there, and just give me a 5-star rating. And so we'll dilute the heck out of that 1-star rating. That's how we'll do that. I will tie my toga with a simple knot. Carlos in the house. There you go. Absolutely. So what are you guys wearing today? What watches are you wearing? I've showed you mine. You know, you show me yours. I've got the 005 Stunner. Let me give you a close-up here. The 005 Stunner and the 231 on the bench. So that's what I've got hanging around here today, and that's an Olight titanium flashlight next to the titanium Stunner, by the way. That's an Olight titanium Stunner flashlight. So there you go. Oh, by the way, a viewer, this was really nice of a viewer. They know that I'm a fan of high-end shoes, and that I did some reviews on some cowboy boots that I have, some Lucchese's. I have a pair right now that are crocodile and a pair that are ostrich. And I sold a couple of my other boots that were exotic leathers and just kept the Lucchese's. The Lucchese's, they were customs. They were custom made, and they just fit me a lot better than any of the Althorac stuff. So I've sold the other boots, but I still have those 2 pairs of Lucchese's. I think I have one other pair somewhere. But they knew I was a fan, and they had a pair of ladies' custom-made boots that were stingray leather, and asked me if they would fit Brianna. And I said, well, you know, I'll check. And she wears about a 7.5 in dress shoe, and like an 8 in a Nike or something like that. So they sent me the boots, and they are gorgeous. I really like them. I hope they're going to fit Bree. She's coming tomorrow, so keep our fingers crossed that Cinderella will fit into these beautiful boots that this viewer was so kind to send. They're not using them anymore, and they said maybe if they'll fit her, that they will contribute them to the cause. So we will see if that will work out. And let me know if you want to see them. They're right back there. I'd be happy to show you the boots. So see, that's how nice people out there, folks. They're nice people out there shuffling around and doing positive things, and they're in motion. Let's see here. No watch, no shirt, no shoes. Carlos in the house. There you go. The 005 has great value for the price. It's a robust watch that you can wear your entire life with minimal cost. So there's a lot to be said for that. Wearing a 1968 Accutron Astronaut, my high school graduation watch, R. Wags in the House, 1968. There we go. Absolutely. And Kevin's wearing the SBGE 245. Let's pull that up. SBGE 245. See what we got. See what we've got. And we'll pull up the official Grand Seiko site here. Oh, look at that stunner. Whoa. Are you kidding me? Back up the truck and load them up. That is something. Limited edition. Is that thing titanium or steel? I think it might be steel because I don't know, though. It's got some gold on there. Let's see. Let's see what we can figure out on this. Wow, that is cool. I've seen this. I have not seen this in person. I've seen this in the forums, but not in person. Let's see here. Stainless steel. Okay, so it's stainless. Yeah. That's a gorgeous piece. It comes with a strap made of reinforced silicone. Wow, it comes with that as well. Whoa. Yeah. All right. we've been upstaged, it looks like. Let's see here. I'm wearing Omega Seamaster Professional 300M blue wave dial quartz. Oh, cool, cool. How thick is that one? I had a Seamaster 120 quartz that was nice and thin. Dur, what's the thickness on that one? So Beer Serve, I can't pronounce his name. Just gave me 5 stars. So you edited yours and bumped it up to 5 stars? Wow, that's cool. Drinks are on me if you come to Steve's party. Or actually on Steve, but oh well. That's how that works. Hi, Carlos. It's snowing here in Indiana. Wearing my insulated underwear and a wool sweater. Yep. I hear you. That's why I've got this wool sport coat on. It's a really fine, soft wool, almost like cashmere, but this is not cashmere, I don't believe. I don't remember. I bought this many, many years ago. Bought 2 of them. And in Clivester's neck of the woods, in Oklahoma. Let's see what this says. It says Mr. OOLEY's, I guess Oklahoma City, Oxford clothes. It's an Oxford sport coat. Bought 2 of them at same time. This was about, oh geez, would have been around, see, I was selling the 69 Eldorado, and that was 10 years old, so 79. It was right around 1979, and bought 2 of these sport coats, and they still function. They still function. Yeah, they do. Okay, let's see here. More Steve live in 2020. Yes, I think he's going to do a lot more live. He's moving into the new house. He's going to have a studio there. Hopefully he's going to be doing some regular broadcasts once all the dust settles and he gets all that worked out. And somebody's wearing the Seiko 5 SNK 807. There you go. They're a good piece. Okay. And R Wags giving a shout out. Let's see. At this time, the weather in Panama is the best. Sunny, dry, some breeze. Okay. On behalf of Dur, okay. Craig, take a look at this SBGN007. Okay. Pull it up here first. SBGN007. You know, more and more people are, and it's not just on this channel. I've been noticing more and more people are talking about Grand Seiko. It's starting to become a thing, folks. It just is. I'm not making this up. So there's a GMT. So that's going to be the high accuracy quartz because it's got the little star on the dial. And that's a limited edition, 1,200 pieces. I think it's a stunner. The reason I picked mine is it does have some lume. And I kind of like having the numbered, whoops, I'm sorry. Was I showing that? I don't know if I was showing that or not. Okay. So there's the limited edition stunner. And the reason I like this, I do like the lume, I like the blue dial, and I do like having the 24-hour numbers around it. And the bezel's small. It's not as broad as an Explorer bezel, so it doesn't really get in the way, doesn't really distract. So it's really nicely done. Let's take a close-up look here. And it's hard to tell with a macro shot like that. Like, you really have to see them on your wrist and look at them on your wrist to see what they really look like. But I mean, I seriously doubt you can go wrong with that one either. I mean, it's just, how far wrong can you go with a 9F, just stone cold accurate, robust movement that you don't have to service for 50 years. Not a bad situation. Let's see here. I just checked the Seamaster's thickness, 11.44 millimeters. Nice. Anytime you got under 12 mils, that cat can slip under a dress cuff. That can get the job done. Absolutely. Chip, you're looking sharp from the waist up. How about the waist down? I'm wearing a pretty cool swimsuit, Speedo, and not the real small Speedo, it's just a regular Speedo, swimsuit. Super comfortable. I wear those a lot. And Florida thing, I got used to doing that down in Florida. We wear them playing tennis. We wear them doing everything down there. So I wear them quite a bit around the house. And my Bill's khakis are right over there, laying ready to go, ready to be slipped on, just like a fireman. You guys want to see the Bill's khakis? I'll show you the Bill's khakis. Oh, and nobody said they wanted to see the boots. The boots. So I guess they don't want to see the boots. I'm trying to broaden your horizons, guys. It doesn't always have to be watches. But watches are super cool. I will grant you that. Let's see. I discovered Grand Seiko about 5 days ago. Wow, Mike in the house. Mike, please do share. How did you discover Grand Seiko? Please tell us. That's what she said, Harwags. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that could be the case. Yes, suddenly everybody talks of GS. Carlos in the house. Like they say, it happens gradually, and then all at once. That's what's happened, right? We've been planting seeds now on this channel for more than a year and a half, and a lot of those seeds are sprouting. Okay? That's what happens. That's what happens. Let's see. My stainless steel Submariner Greer watch was replaced by, I think you meant by a Snowflake. Good move. Good move. The Snowflake is a great all-around option. Do you find that you don't have to resize the bracelet, that your wrist does not expand and contract that much, and that you're able to just consistently leave it at one sizing? I'd be curious to know. Let me know in the chat on that, because that's the only thing about that watch is it doesn't have micro adjustments. You have to rely on the half links to get it sized properly, and if your wrist expands and contracts throughout the year, then you may need to resize it. Which, typically I resize my bracelets twice a year, right? In the fall when it gets cold, take out a half link. In the spring when it gets hot again, put the link back in. That's pretty much my routine. And now on the 231, I just move the micro adjustment one notch. That's all that is. So, Kevin O'Leary even talks about Grand Seiko now. Okay. Mike, I'm wearing the humble Seiko 5. Okay, there you go. Okay. Can we get a temperature check at the ship residence? Just turned my thermostat to 67. Pretty chilly over here. I would say right now, it was pretty warm today outside. I would say right now it's about 65 in here. Typically, I have the heat set at 64, so it'll kick on if it gets down to 64. And at night, 62. So I do have the heat turned on, but it's pretty low. It's at a pretty low setting. Yeah, and you get acclimated to it. If you keep it low like that, you'll get acclimated to it. It works. Just put on something warm. Have a lot of cashmere laying around. I heard somebody on... I listen to Bill Maher's show, his podcast, when I'm walking sometimes. And because he's just hilarious, you know. I don't agree with anything he says hardly, but he's just hilarious. And he was talking to somebody from PETA. I'll tell you what, that lady from PETA, she would not be happy in my place. She doesn't even want you to wear wool because of the way they shear the sheep, right? So she doesn't want you to wear any wool. She doesn't want you to wear any leather. Of course, no furs, right? Like the mink hat that I have would be totally out, right? And I think she would really go ballistic if she realized that I have hats made of beaver felt, right? Beaver, I mean, yeah. And then, of course, the belts, the alligator belts and stuff like that, I don't think those would go over well. I guess, I don't know what she wants us to wear because you probably can't wear plastic, right? Because that's not a good thing for the environment to wear plastic, you know, polyester and all that stuff. So I guess she wants you to just wear cotton. Are they allowed to harvest cotton, or is that too hard on the plants? I'm wondering what you're supposed to wear if you can't wear wool and you can't wear any animal products at all, like no leathers or anything like that. Yeah, she wouldn't like it if she walked around my place and saw the kinds of things that I wear. It would not work out well. Anything you want to show us is fine with me. Our wag's in the house. Well, being fine with you and wanting to see it are two different things. Archie Luxury said they were shitters and for losers, so I had to Google it. Yeah, but then he did a video really proclaiming how advanced they were and how great the snowflake was and so on. And he did a paid review for me where he sang the praises of them. So he's gone both ways on Grand Seiko. Yeah. Archie said the GS Snowflake was the greatest watch of all time, I thought. Yeah, that's pretty much what he said, that sort of thing. Yeah. He said it just like, the movement just like runs circles around anything the Swiss has, something like that. I've got the quote on my website. If you go to my website and click on the page for Grand Seiko, I've got his direct quote on there, and the video's on there too from him. Let's see, Dirt, 64 degrees at the lake house. Yep. Yeah, that's usually what my heat is set at. 64 during the day and 62 at night. Sometimes it's just straight up turned off. So there's that. If I haven't gotten any checks lately, right, I'll go on an austerity program and just like shut everything down. And just keep it warm enough so the pipes don't freeze. Archie changes his story a lot. Uh-oh. Archie's an entertainer. There you go. I'm waiting to receive my new watch. TW2 R4 1100 JT. Okay. I wish I could copy and paste that. I guess I'll type that in. I guess I'll try to find that. Let me give it a try. TW2 R41. Let's go over here. TW2 R41 100 JT 100 JT. I'll take one shot at this. See, I got to reach over at a funny angle to type into the time in. Is it a Timex? Is that what it is? Okay. Maybe. That's what came up when I put that number in. Oh, well. There you go. Actually, I'm looking forward to it. Let's see. But I'm dressed a lot warmer below the waist. And Chip, there you go. I just finished doing some exercises, doing some curls and stuff. And so I'm kind of heated up. I'm kind of warmed up a little bit. So I don't need to wear quite as much right this moment. I certainly wouldn't be able to wear a swimsuit if it was 64 in the house. Believe it or not, if you keep your upper body warm, it kind of helps. It keeps your lower body warm too. You'd be surprised. You get used to it. And I just find it a lot more comfortable than wearing long pants around the house. So there's that. Now I have some warmer, like athletic clothes and things like that I can put on in a pinch, but I haven't had to do it yet this winter. It hasn't really been that cold. It's been a mild winter, if you ask me. At least in this area it has been. Let's see here. I had to turn the heat up a little bit because I had a lady friend coming over tonight. I'll definitely get a lot. It'll definitely get a lot hotter than 64. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. Things can heat up fast. Yeah. Yes, that one. It's nice, isn't it? Okay. All right, there we go. The little Timex. Yep. Takes a licking and keeps on ticking. I guess that's how that works. How about the SBGA 001? All right, we'll pull that up. That's similar to this one. We'll pull it up. I think that's the black dial version. I think. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Let's see. Trying to find the Grand Seiko page, and it's not coming up here. Oh, yeah, this is going to have to be a used model. That's right. This is the previous model, I guess. Let me try to pull up an image here. Because it doesn't have the newer number. I guess, is that the older Snowflake? Is that the idea? I'm trying to pull it up here, but I'm not having a lot of success for some reason. Yeah, I guess that's the Snowflake, the older version of the Snowflake, I'm guessing. Yeah, here we go. Here's one on eBay. Or no, it's not. I guess it's not. It doesn't have the Snowflake dial. But anyway, there. I guess that's it there. Yeah, in any event, I'm not a big fan of the 2017 and back dial with the Seiko at the top and the Grand Seiko at the bottom. It's just more busy. It's just too much on the dial. If you see that, there's just too much there. I would just rather go with the 2017 and newer if it were me. Okay, so maybe we've addressed all the issues. This might be a short show. Let me know, are there any issues that we have not addressed? And if not, we'll wrap this puppy up. There's a woman in the house, and if there's a woman in the house, they generally won't let you keep the heat low, but I'm batching it at the lake tonight. Mother is at home in the city. Yeah, here's the thing. Like when Brianna comes over, if we're going to shoot like a video of her dancing, I'll leave it nice and cool because she'll heat the place up pretty quick with her dancing. So, you know, she's like a mini nuclear reactor. You know, when she starts doing her thing, she'll just warm things up pretty quick. So we do that first. We'll have her go ahead and do her thing, dancing, and that'll warm the place up real nice. And then it's nice and warm for the rest of the evening. So that's how that works. If you don't believe me, just go to my channel and just check out one of the videos of her doing her thing. Let's see. What's the scoop on the new gold sun or Dur in the house? Are you talking about the... Are you talking about that stunner in the middle there, the 002? Ask Steve. He hasn't gotten it in stock. He's supposed to be getting it in stock for me, and he's going to let me know when he has it. And so far, crickets. I haven't heard anything from him. So I'm not going to buy the watch sight unseen. I can tell you that right now. That dog's not going to hunt. So he's got to get it in stock. I got to see it. I got to see it. See it to believe it. Let's see here. Show the boots, man. Mike says he wants to see the boots. What's for dinner, Chip? Anything special? No, nothing special tonight. I wish it was. All right, let me get the boot. The boot. Okay. So, let's see. These are made by I can't read it. It's a boot company in are they in Oklahoma? Anyway, Kansas, USA, Kansas, USA. Anyway, I can't read the actual name of the company, but this is a custom boot. This was a custom order boot. This is Stingray leather. Very tough stuff. Stingray is no freaking joke, okay, and hard to work with. So yeah, I mean, pretty nice condition. I just cleaned them up a little bit with some saddle soap, and yeah, there you can tell they're high end, nice pair of boots. So and I like the way they have the little like calcium or whatever you're on here, the part of the leather, kind of cool. So yeah, I like those. I think I already showed Brianna a picture of them. She's coming tomorrow, and we're gonna try them on. We're gonna see how they fit. Fingers crossed. So there you go. There are the boots. Kind of nice, huh? What do you guys think about that? What do you think about these custom Stingray boots made in these United States of America? Pretty cool, hey? Pretty cool. Yeah. What's okay? We talked about dinner. Yeah. Are you gonna get one if it comes in during the house? If I like it, I will probably leave there with it. That's usually the way things work. When I go to Steve's and I see a watch that I like, I usually end up leaving there with the watch on wrist. So yes, if he gets that in stock and I like it, it could be a costly visit. $25K is retail on that watch. That's correct. Craig in the house. Everybody has to dance to keep warm. 64 is choking cold. There you go. Wow, I've never seen Stingray cowboy boots before. That's sharp. Durr in the house. And I'll tell you what, it is tough stuff. It is no joke. You think like alligator or crocodile is tough stuff, or ostrich is tough stuff, or of course, pound for pound, I think kangaroo is the toughest leather out there, but this stuff takes it all to a whole new level. This stuff is insane and not easy to work with because it is so tough. So yeah, if you want some boots that are like can take a licking and keep on getting up, there you go. And if you get them from a high-quality boot maker, they ain't going to be cheap. There's a lot of junk, though, coming out of China now and coming out of even Mexico and other places. You got to watch it. There are a lot of junk cowboy boots coming out. So watch out, folks. You know, it's getting so you got to really be careful if you buy anything anymore. You know, it may not be the original. It may be some knockoff. It may be the same company, like, for example, Timberland, right? They sold out their name, and so now there's all kinds of crap being sold with the Timberland name, whereas back in the day, the stuff that was made in you know, New Hampshire and you know, they were the real deal. They made some really cool stuff back in the day when they were building their brand name. Same thing with North Face and Patagonia and a lot of these companies. They sold some really high-quality, good stuff. Got to watch it now, though. A lot of them have hoarded out and sold out their name, and it's a lot of junk. Thankfully, Oxford Clothes hasn't done that yet. They're still making their clothes, I believe, in Chicago, and still producing them the right way. So there are brands that are still doing the right thing, but you got to really be cautious. Really cautious. I mean, finding a pair of boots like this, made like this, in this day and age, is not going to be as easy as you think. Not going to be as easy as you think. Lucchese will still make custom boots, fitted for your feet. You got to go down to their factory there, and they'll fit you and all. And that's how I got my 2 pairs that I have. But you got to watch it. Not easy. Just like there are a lot of junk watches out there and a lot of ugly watches out there, if you ask me. Same thing with all of these products. You got to really watch it. Let's see. Those boots are made for. How old are those boots, Craig? I don't know. I would estimate at 20 or 30 years old. I'm sure they're not anything recent. They're really well made. I mean, they could be newer, but I would estimate at least 20 or 30 years old. Yeah, that'd be my best guess. You should buy it live on the show. Well, I will certainly shoot some video and all when I'm there at his store. I don't know if we'll go live at the store. It depends on what he's doing and how busy he is and all that kind of thing. But I will certainly thoroughly document the process. And then, once I have it, assuming I do buy it, I mean, yes, I'll be talking about it here on the show. And I will be wearing it. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. I don't buy watches to not wear them. Let's see here. Look great. I am considering to order a custom Stingray strap for my Breguet Marine. Yeah, it's going to be awesome if you can get somebody who really knows what they're doing. But it is a little bit stiff. I don't know how flexible it'll be for like putting it on and off. That could be an issue, but we'll see. It'll be interesting to see what it ends up like. Buy the watch if you like it via live broadcast. Blue in the house. I have a 3-watch travel case made out of Stingray, and it's awesome. They're in the house. Yeah, I bet that's tough stuff. Yeah, no joke. All right, we're going to wrap this puppy up. On this channel, we're about quality. We're all about quality. And trying to do the right thing also. Trying to do the right thing. I think that's important out there. There are a lot of people doing the wrong thing. So we're trying to do the right thing on this channel. So thumbs up. Click the little bell. Hey, go Google CraigShipp.com and go to my my business listing, my Google business listing. Give me a 5-star rating. There you go. Let's see if I can wrap this puppy up. Let's see how long we've been going. See, it's about 5:20. Yeah, we've been going less than an hour. 40 minutes, something like that. Okay, so let me pull this puppy up. Carlos says, thank you. Bye all. That's right. Have a nice one. Have a good afternoon, remainder of the afternoon. By the way, Bree's going to be here tomorrow. We're going to have a kind of tight schedule, but we might do a live stream. We might. It's possible. It's always possible. A possibility. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in.